back at it. And we got a Birdman. You know what? Let's see if we can't get a Sicilian out of this. And looks like he's going for this stuff. Okay, we might still be able to get, if I choose a specific move order. There we go. Now we're getting to King's Indian attack stuff, or close Sicilian-ish. I don't know. He'll eventually play e4. There we go. There it is. And I don't like c3 with this because I feel like the d-pawn can be an issue. And I'm going to play for bishop a6, b4 in some combination. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just so I have an eye on e5. There's no kick. And b4, bishop a6 is coming. That's the plan. He's getting a space on the king side. He's made the center a bit vulnerable. Let's get our space on the queen side. And let's do what we're meant to do. Tickle, tickle. Knight d to e5, and then continued pressure. Interesting. Let's go ahead and seize that square because it looks like a good one. Decisions, decisions. Ooh, I want to speculate a bit, but I'll be reserved first. b3. I want the bishop so I can play bishop d4, pinning the queen to the king. That's like the dream right now, but his bishop needs to not exist so he can't block. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Now, looks like I'm simply going after the rook, but actually, it's the bishop d4 threat that I want. And the sauce. And that should do it for this one. Okay. And mostly, I mean, I like what I recommended in opening oddities because it typically trips up your bird player. Knight h6. I've had a few games on the channel that way, but I wanted to try to get to interesting positions like in Grand Prix Sicilians to see if we could go there, but have to save that for another video. He decided to go with this backwards Leningrad Dutch, but I think he wasted a bit of time here because why not just go e4 straight away, and then h3, and then g4, and we're getting the same type of game that we got, except the major difference is that c3 pawn was never advanced, creating this weakness. And this is Black's scheme of development anyway, getting the bishop on a6 and pressuring here. So this is your typical setup, typical structure. But when he goes c3, oh, let's not jump all the way to the end. Once he goes c3, I already see if he's going to play this is going to be a problem. And this comes back to an idea that I teach my students often, that if you know the main line, most of the time you can work backwards from the main line and use the ideas, and it'll help you. So queen e1, rook b8, and as I was saying during the game, that pawn is a weakness, and it's going to cause some problems. So I've got a very similar structure compared to the main line. The only difference is the a pawn is not advanced. Tickle on that d3 pawn, pressure, pressure. And that forces this concession in the pawn structure, which now the big hole on d4 is what ends up costing white big time. Queen f2, definitely not the most optimal square for the lady. Probably g2, because as soon as the queen landed on f2, the tactical radar started going off that I want a bishop here. And passive move, knight d2, and then the veiled threat, and then that's all she wrote. So that'll do it for this quick one.